first and foremost, all praise be to Jehovah, Hashem, Yahushua, double honors to the Apostle and elders that greet this noon and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. So we're outside here once again, so wake up our people. Because time and time again, as the prophecies unfold rapidly, one after the next, simultaneously even, or rather simultaneously, because the time is getting so short that I don't have enough time between it, So one thing going on while another thing going on while another thing going on, and that is how good. You know what I mean? But they still remain docile, they're still in that mind state of, you'll be here for until whenever or for forever. Yeah, in the mind state of, it's not necessary because we have time, or it's not expedient because we could do this tomorrow, or we could do that tomorrow. Not right now, we are the boat right to go. You understand? We have carnival to jump up in. After this carnival, then we go seek the Lord. You know this kind of it?
If I may add, they also in our mindset as E.S.O.T.E, the ruler. Which thing that the house will continue forever, that the things that they practice, the things that they do, they will continue to do it. And even though they might be in a little state how to put it, oppression or depression, they believe that things will get better.
That's what I was saying last week, they say every year is them here. By December 31st, they go say the same thing about next year. But in reality, it's just the state of the world just in a decline. The decline and going down, everything going down. The quality of food, the quality of the people. You know what I mean? If you watch a little children, most little children nowadays is like, they're smart but they're dumb at the same time. They're bright, they know to use a phone, they know to use a tablet, but outside of that, it's a blank canvas.
It's smart for technology. Simple thing nature or even all those stuff that do
like
growing
you
up.
Might have, like what the older folks might have grown up doing. You might see a tree and know at a young age there's a mango tree, or there's a pawpaw tree. You know what I mean? But nowadays, children, they might have to scan it on the iPad or the iPhone for it to come up on Google or whatever to say, well, this is a papaya tree. It has and that's how this go. You know what I mean? And as the brother say, even as the oppressors, with the mindset of our kingdom, our house shall go on forever. But that is where it stems from that indoctrination that they are, above us. When in fact and in reality it's not so. And through that indoctrination they come with this mindset that you can pull off everything for tomorrow. It always has something more expedient. The pleasure is more necessary than whatever it is we need for salvation. So they rather go a boat ride, they rather go juvie, they rather go a pre-pump, they rather go and do something that is for lack of a better word, unseemingly. And to serve the Lord. However, there is consequences for your actions. You know what I mean? There must be a just balance with the Lord. The second Ezra 9, and I start from verse 7. And it says, everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. Right? Let's say by your works and by your faith, where ye have believed. Because if you don't have faith, you wouldn't do the works. Right? If you don't have faith, you wouldn't do the works. And your works proves that you have faith in and out the sight of men. Because remember, the angels and the Lord always are around us. The Lord is, He is described, He is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So He will always know what you're doing. He will always see what you're doing. So your works will always show your faith. That the evidence of your faith, rather. The works is the evidence of your faith. And that is also one way you're going to be saved, by your works and your faith together. Because it's go hand in hand. Faith without works is dead, because I just saying what they are believe. So if you're doing nothing to show you believe,
same thing, works without faith is dead, because even though it might have men come out and do the works,
they don't believe, they go fall off, they go just be wasting the time. Time will reveal that, hey, You know what I mean? After a while you realize every week you have an excuse. Some of you just don't have an excuse, you don't pick up the phone. You know what I'm saying?
And that the thing, it will always show that when faith is out of it, but when a man has no faith, it will always show within he out of it, by within he with what he do now, right?
Yeah, you have no zeal to do it.
You have no zeal to do it.
To pay it off for. But I might always be late. You know what I mean? I mean, not all the time my brother are late, me have no zeal, but you know, he wouldn't put it as a priority to do that. He wouldn't put it on his, you know what I mean, on the top
of
to
make excuse not to come out.
Say, nah, boy, well, you know, I have to go and do this, and yeah. You know? But it works. It works. It's the evidence of your faith. You know what I mean? And that is what you're going to be judged by. You know? Regardless of what you do, you have to answer for it. Contrary to what the Christian doctrine, you go to church and you're saved. You know? And then it had nothing, you get a clean slate. No, it's not like that. You're going to be judged for the things you do before. You know what I mean? After you repent, alright, cool. Sin no more. That's why you always try to come and every time you heal somebody, what you say? Go forward, sin no more. You know? Don't do it again. Not saying that you're going to get judged for what you're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, somebody has to be held accountable for that stubbornness. But after this now, it's stripes because you know better and you repent. You know?
If I may add, that's why the scripture says people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Going back to the same thing where I said, because just last night, you know, somebody, I know a woman, she was passing, I was in the yard talking to the brother here, and you know, she healed me out, and we ended up having a little conversation, and she told me, she said, boy, you know, I was wild, you know, but thank God I settled down, I started to go to church, is what I wanted, right? But then she started telling me now that she going and meet she outside, man.
Wow.
And
and she settled down?
And she
was wild?
Thank God I settled down, you know.
You know that with this one I see when I was young, I'm born to be wild. I forget what it was. Yeah, them born to be wild, my Jake, it's a real funny thing because that's the last time I see I post something on a video somewhere, I forget what he posted the video on. This man talking to this woman, and this woman saying, what? He's a new creature when you come to Christ, as the scripture say. You're not arguing that. But you know these Christians just take everything out of context. Zero understanding, right? She says, so I wouldn't judge you, you know what I mean, I'm on your path because you come to church and you've been saved and you've been baptized and you believe in Jesus. Jesus, you know, and so the man said, alright, no problem. But let me ask you something. He said, you are a babysitter, right? He just got saved and gave his life to Christ. But he's also a convicted sex offender for molesting 15 children. You're going to leave you home with your child? You should know him, no, you can't say no. Because you now say once you give your life to Christ, he is a new creature. And you wouldn't judge nobody based on their past. You understand? And that is how contradictory the whole Christian doctrine is in itself. They say one thing, mean and do something completely different. You know? Anyhow, verse 8, it say, I'm going to read over verse 7. Right? It say, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his work and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them from the beginning. And this goes back to what? Go back to the elect. You know what I mean? Because in Isaiah, I believe it's 47, where he says, you know, I have sanctified you from the womb and ordained thee to be a prophet. You understand? So he said, well, he sanctified borders from since before the foundations of heaven and earth. Verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loaded my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. And after a grievous death, you know, after a grievous death, after traumatic experiences, well, fatal traumatic experiences. As I see the fella passing with the mask only just yesterday, I'm doing a video on the situation in the UK with the pandemic. Now they're saying they're bringing back the you know, I mean, the lockdown mandates now. They're telling them if you're going outside and you know you're sick, wear a mask. Oh, they're playing it so serious. They're saying oh gosh, what is the word they use? Basically, they suggested saying, well, they wear a mask when they're going outside. Now, if you know they have a little cough, they don't want to be done serious to be a cold because right now they have something called the rhinovirus. It's for rhinovirus, the one from China, the HMPV, and some of that, all of them is respiratory viruses for some reason. And the case is real high, as in real high. And they say it's not unusual, you know, to have all 4 of them around the winter season because it's cool. But the amount of people and just keep going up. Between February 3rd and February 9th, which is probably 1 week before this week, wasn't it? Yeah, last week of it. Yeah.
And right now, something right now they say rampant in Texas right now is measles. Measles right now, it's rampant. It's kicking up in Texas right now. Right? Now even going back, you know, that people are so caught up in the affairs of this life, the pleasures of this life, you know, that they're blind to what it is really going on, and not only internationally because not only locally, because locally it's just it come like a circus. You know, the things that go on locally, it come more like a circus, but they're not watching the bigger picture, which is internationally, to see the things that going on. You know, just last night I was talking to the brother and I believe I share or I was telling them about the article which the Trump administration, which is run by Elon Musk now, they cut funding to the FEMA camps for immigrants.
Yeah,
right?
USA across the board, you cut.
So
Medicare, everything to
education.
Do with aid.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, if you have immigrants in a deportation department, right? And
a detention center.
A detention center.
Now let's call it a detention center. We are one in Valencia.
A detention center, and it have no funding to feed these people. What do you think will go on?
Yeah, well, you know what that is?
It come like and then it come like you're putting it back against the wall, because now you could bring anything and offer them to say, hey, well, in order to get out of this or to thing, you know, you have to take this.
Yeah. You have to be a part of this system that we got to implement so you can keep track of your way about in this new society that we are.
So right now you have to watch it even as I will watch it as a experiment phase.
Yeah,
you know, to see how we hold these people here and we don't get them this, we don't get them that.
You see how long they go last until they take whatever we get them. Done. Also that a violation of human rights. You understand? That is what it is. That is what it is. I do some videos before about the same thing. The same Trump administration that run by Mr. Musk now, and how he just doing what he want, and Trump just gave him the okay. Trump say he cannot do anything without my approval, and Trump just approve it. Like, oh, Trump, you do what you want, buddy.
Even an article come out, they say that Trump moving so fast that even his staff, his team can't keep up. There's so much of things that being implemented so quick that they and all can't even keep up.
Yeah, well, that's scriptural, you know, that revelation.
Yeah. You know, today is one thing, you wake up in the morning, you hear 12 o'clock last night. You know, something get passed, some bill get passed.
Revelation 12 and 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Go to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. You feel that pay there and just, like, you know, by whatever you doing, do it fast. You understand? Because we see in the signs at the end. And if I didn't read higher up in the 2nd Ezra 9. You understand? Where it say, we talk about the signs and effects at the end. Second Ezra's 9 and 5, it says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, meaning what? The end is being revealed. This is that time. You know what I mean? Multiple plagues, multiple pestilences. You have wars and rumors of wars. You have the Ukraine and Russia situation. You understand? You have other wars are going on in Africa within the different countries now. Like Congo versus this one and that one, and just the other day I see a video from the Congo where they release, well, some prisoners break out, and for some reason that woman prisoners with them, and they rape and kill almost all. I think it's only 2 women prisoners survive. You understand? And that was going on over there, but they're not really televised because everybody's studying what Trump doing. Like you say, like what the Romans did when the society was in decline. What they do? They bring a circus so people could be entertained while everything else just go to hell around them now, man. You know?
And I just share that is the same spirit, that come back today, because really actually when you bring a circus to entertain and keep the people distracted, is because you know you feel that it has something that within your will that you could do to make things get better, so the people wouldn't be distracted. So the people wouldn't notice. Right?
Verse 6. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in perfect in effects and signs. Right? And there's the end. In the end we are here. So we see the effects and the signs of what? Of the end. A decline in society, inflation, pestilence, famines. You understand how, as the brother was saying earlier, talking about how the Trump administration in so-called, well, they're using the word investigated, and they put it on hold until the investigations done. They basically cut it. Right? It have thousands, oh gosh, I forget the country. But it's Haiti. I believe it's Haiti, you know. Oh, Haiti under sanction, one of them countries. But they have thousands and they're not counting adults, it's children we're talking about. Thousands of children no longer getting food and necessary supplies, little immunization, whatever, and you know, they just come with medication and food together. They don't play, they must inject you with something. That's just how we saw this week. You understand? Children who born with the little diabetics, this, that, the other, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? They don't get medication. Because why? Because the US funding for it cut. You know? And now the same USAID was used to fund I think it's Hamas, Al Qaeda, and some next T group, so they say, you know. Hey, so it does go, but we always knew that them groups was funded by the USAID that way, whether USAID or the CIA or whatever organization.
They was funded by USA and run by the CIA.
Yeah, well, yeah, can. You know. Habakkuk 2 and 3 it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Yeah, these things will surely come to pass. The positive about it will surely come to pass. It would not tarry, meaning it wouldn't stay forever to come. And as we could clearly see the prophecies happening or simultaneously, there are a number of things going on. You understand? But you know what, they will lock up some big celebrity for some folly, and you know the whole place will be in an uproar over that, and that's what they go out of mind on. Keep them distracted with their celebrities, because we don't give them to focus on anyway. They don't idolize them anyway. You understand? There's watch them, and you know what I mean? They're concerned about them religiously then, in other words. You know, they get arrested for interfering with people, and he said the whole place going on for months talking about it. You have 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and so what? How that important thing? How this affecting you? You understand? How this related to salvation? How this helping you acquire what probably, you know what I mean, what you need to survive in this life? How that information helping?
No, the thing is that people so caught up in technology and social media, especially like I see Christmas list going to some other country, right? And he asked a child, he said, where you want to be when you grow up? he say, I want to be a content creator like you, right? And that's the mindset, because when you really look at what it is being put out there on these platforms, it's really foolishness. And that's what Jake's caught up in, foolishness. Who twerking, you know, who out there, you know, gang, guns and all these things.
Yeah,
Just a set of madness, nothing pertaining to salvation, right? Or nothing when I say pertaining to nothing that will better your living, your lifestyle, or your future.
Yeah,
right? Which is the word.
God.
Because it has nothing else out here, not even money that will better your lifestyle or your future. It has nothing else to hold on to. You know, as I said earlier on, that everything, society, everything on a decline. Everything is on a decline. You know, just last night, I believe it was either yesterday or the day before, where they say a judge that put a temporary block on Elon Musk trying to get treasury access to the treasury data, right? And then last night, you know, they released a statement where he could go ahead, basically. And when you watch these men that Trump have running, is more these men are tech. So we see now that the billing, we know it was already in the making, you know, long time. But now we actually seeing the infrastructure is being put in place. You know, being set up. The areas watching I believe it was a little video where they say, I can't remember if it's America or which, but where it have like a machine or an ATM, something where you could go and like put in your cash for like a card, like a debit card or wherever. So what they're trying to do is really phase out the cash system, because it have certain stores not accepting cash.
Done. Yeah, they already had that. You know, and it's coming down to that. To I wouldn't say the new agenda, because that has always been the agenda. But what I mean, everything fast track now. You understand? Everything is on the front. There's nothing resting on the back door. And say, nah, let me do this now, let me do this now. There's no next year, there's no later this year. Let me start to organize it from now. So by the time next year, it's already in full swing. You know? Because for all these the pandemic that they experiencing over there in the UK, right? Yeah, I mean, this country, they the season of ramage, as they just say. You know, thousands and thousands of tourists come down here for a week, right? And bring whatever virus, disease, you name it, just bring it here, right? And the only time you will hear about it is after the fact. You understand? Give them the circus, let them enjoy themselves for a week. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You understand? They go stay 2 days from work to rest. So they have a whole long weekend and jump back for the following Monday. And yeah, and then all of a sudden the news, first confirmed case of the rhinovirus or some shit from outside. You will hear it, but my
as I said before, you know, just last year, I believe either mid or early last year, you know, they bring down 2 containers that came from America, right? Stamped with the American flag and the WHO logo and these things. And they build like a little platform to rest it on, right in front of the entrance to go in the building at the hospital, right? And since they bring it, the container has never been open, you know, just last month or something, the pow tent. So we know that, hey, after this jump up this pagan festival, this idol worship called Carnival, you know that they'll be implementing, you know, whatever restrictions or lockdown.
Yeah, or protocols or whatever. You know? As the brother said, it's just a matter of time for them to say, well, alright, well, you're back to square one, 6 feet, mask, come and get your juice. You know what I mean? Get a card saying you take this so you could go so. Without this card, you're not allowed to be in the public areas like so and so, no cinema, no restaurant. And you know, Jake, as I said, Jake, he's not allowed to do something that when he's wanted to do it the most. You understand? That's how it went on in the first lockdown, that is how so much of them take that juice. Baby, can't party, boy. Whole year you are partying, whole year you studying out. As you can't do it, that is when you want, that is when you get the strongest urge. So, you know, don't go and take that water to go and go out there. I can't stay up in my house whole time, boy. Stand the other, you know?
No, that going back to what we said earlier on, that Jake, they're blind to the fact of what is going on around them.
God.
Right? And I read the scripture say, well, blessed is he that read it. Because if there was any word, or if they're sticking heed to the word, they would have see what is taking place. Right? But then again, you know, prophecy, you know, that two-thirds eye, you know, be blind.
God.
You know, that they have to go through that fire, that affliction, to pass through to the kingdom. Right?
God. The 2 Peter 3 and start from 9. It says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But that all should come to repentance. You understand? He's not slack concerning the promise. That goes for the good and the bad. That goes for the concept of your reward according to your works entirely. You know?
Sure, and just to add, you know, to that, you know, that this generation, or even from our generation, you know, majority of our generation do know nothing concerning the Lord.
God.
You know, what they know is what they hear.
When they was younger, because
when they was younger,
they come straight off from that party.
Whether it be from church, their grandparents or their parents, you know, they don't know nothing about the Lord.
God. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. You understand? The earth and the works. You know what I mean? The works are the wicked guys. The works are the ones who docile. The works are the ones who want the system to continue.
The wicked.
You understand? Because this system is going to be burnt. It was cleansed by water, now it's going to be cleansed by fire. You know what I mean? As scripture just read, with fervent heat. Right? The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up here. The MOTB, all these things, all them set of jobs, everything, you name it. You know, the elements itself will be burnt. So much less for whatever that was created by man to assist them in the wicked ways, assist them in the wicked works. You know, all the carnival costumes, whatever else all let us do, all are going to be the drugs all you do to keep all your calm, as all they say all they need to keep calm, because apparently life gets so frustrating, you know.
All the works are man that, you know, that is
contrary to the reality.
Contrary to the reality, Lord. You know, all the everything that you do, you know, that the scripture say, you set your treasures on earth, you know, where moth and rust do corrupt, you know, all of that will be burned up.
Verse 11 it says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of power, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. It said, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. You understand? Because our next episode, that's what we paraphrase the episode said that the spirit of the unrighteous is angered day by day with the conversation of the wicked or something like that. That is in Peter as well. You know? Because that's why you look for a righteous kingdom to come. A kingdom where only righteousness is that where you don't have to keep telling somebody, hey, don't do this, or you don't have to keep coming out every week. You know what I mean? And prophesying the downfall of this kingdom. You know? You don't have to come out every week and try to warn nobody. You don't have to. Because it will already be instilled in them. Right and wrong, and they will only be doing the right. You understand? If they go on no carnival, if they go on no idols for them to worship, because everything they do in society goes back to some ancient idol that was there before they born. You know? Whether it be Roman, the Greek, you know what I mean? Some little minorities, they worship the African idols, like some of the local artists like David Rada and them. Them those worship African deity or whatever they want to call it at this point. You know? But in the grand scheme of things, everything goes back to an idol. Even the symbolisms is used on the Medicare, police departments, all these things have ancient meanings. The majority of it goes back to the Roman Empire because this is the revived and revised Roman Empire. You know? Everything they used to do long time, they're doing here, there's probably a little, they tweak it a little bit, add a little sprinkles, they add a little touch of sugar here and say, right, get them that, they're going to be different. But it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. It's like egg. Long time it was boiled, now they do it fried, but it's still egg. You know? And that's just the concept they know, the revised and revived Roman Empire. You understand? Back then it was heavy into idolatry. And that gave way to a lot of where's the other thing for you? That gave way to a lot of wickedness. Right? Look at that wisdom on Solomon. (14 and 9). It says, for the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto power. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of power they are become an abomination, and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. Yeah? A trap to the feet of the unwise, a trap to the men who don't know, a trap to the men who don't care to know. You understand? So go and jump up in carnival. You understand? There's a bacchanalist wall level too. Growing up, I never thought to deal with bacchanal at that deep meaning until I came in the church. And find out, well, that goes back to our ancient deity named Bacchus. Doing bacchanalist would mean is a devotee to him. So you know what I mean? You're showing patronage you're showing patronage to Bacchus. You know what I mean? Revelry, all these things goes back to the worship of him. You know what I mean? Jumping up half naked or fully naked in the streets. Because I mean, it's carnival, so nobody don't care. You understand? This is the time where they want to cover up as little as possible, if anything at all. You understand?
You can't say half naked or everything on outside.
Well,
That's why you say a star, you know, on the breast. So
I was saying they're covering up as little as possible.
Yeah.
Just enough to be legal. Just enough to be legal.
Basically, just a shoelace and some stickers. That is it.
Yeah, on the outside. You understand? And they consuming heavy amounts of alcohol. And when something happens to them, they crying on TV. You understand? Whereas a woman's supposed to be dressed modestly at home with the chair. Nah, you got a van with a bag of man up and down the road. You understand? Every fatty you want to go. And that's what the scripture is saying. That goes back to the idolatry. You understand? Spiritual fornication, because they went a whoring after other gods. You understand? And that is why the consequences that going to come have to come. Because the ego learn without it. Right? It says verse 12, see, For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by the vain glory of men they entered into the world, therefore shall they come shortly to an end. It's not the same with the devil, no time coming short. The same way the time for all this will come to an end shortly. As it's saying, I'll 2 and 3 do it, tarry, wait on it, because to us it might seem like a long time. Men going on 30 years plus. You understand, in the truth and so on, like the elders going 30, 40 years plus, like more than that, 50 or whatever the case may be, in the truth. You understand, but they're still waiting, they're still holding patience compared to men who now come in, make 2 years and say, but you know what, this ain't going to happen. Forget that, let me follow. You know, let me go back in the world.
If I may add, you know, one of the reasons why too is because not only that the elders, you know, they have any patience, but they're seeing the prophecies coming true, you know. Every time, every year after year, you know, something is being done, something happening, you know, to bring you closer to that time. That's why the scripture says, well, measure the time diligently in itself. And that is what the apostles and elders, they are doing. They are measuring the time diligently. So year after year, month after month, day after day, you know, you're seeing where these things are coming to pass. That's how you know that what we in the last days. You know, we in how long here again. As opposed to like you say Moses time, when Moses went and, you know, let the people know, hey, you know, a flood coming. Or Salakia, Noah. Right? You know, Noah didn't really have no sign to say more than thus said the Lord. Until the rain come.
Yeah, nobody knew until the rain started to fall. The rain started to fall, that's when everybody wanted to get on the ark. Same thing. Nobody wanted to believe until Nobody will believe until it's too late. Nobody will believe until, you know what I mean, the sky filled with chariots. You understand? When they see the buildings just melting in front of them. Nobody will believe.
No.
Until they put in that position where they always have. According to the other. Right? There are 2 ways for you to believe. Either you believe by hearing, or you believe by feeling. Right? There are only 2 ways to believe. You know, is it that you hear the word? You understand? But for you to believe by hearing the word, you have to be one of the sheep. If there's no one of the sheep, you're so every your portion you will feel.
And if I may add to it, right? Because it was only until, you know, the lockdown take place that Jakes really consider, or I have to say, I can't really say consider, you know, but that is when they really jog the memory of what the Israelites was saying, right? And they could see at this point in time presently that what they don't care until that time reach again.
Yeah, it's unfaithful.
Until
it's a very unfaithful generation.
Until all the pleasures is taken away.
God.
You know, then they'll consider, you know, the men.
Until all they have left is to believe.
Yeah, you know, the men,
this one, that one.
The men on the street, they're really talking and they're saying this and they're saying that. Just like, you know, during the lockdown is when I hear, you know, people more or less, on majority of people talk about the Hebrew Israelites. That when they more or less listen to, you know, they give ear to the things that we are saying.
God, one might say it's sad, but it's true. You know, that's just the way it have to go. Because why? Because as scripture I read first. So you know what I mean? The time when they had the chance to repent, they didn't repent, they loaded the Lord law, they abused the ways. You know what I mean? Now we are not grace, but we can do this, we are not grace. Now we are not grace, or we go ask, we go and make confession. You And we're going to get up for next week, but don't worry. That's the mindset, you know? I think everything would be able to just be what we are, as they say in the movies, wished that way. You know? You go in front of pastor, you say, well, alright, pay all your tithes, your blessings, or live until next week Sunday. You know what I mean? That is not how it works. You know, there's so much more than that. But I the easy way out, so Jake always take the easy way out. You know? They're not disciplined enough to go down that route or go down that rabbit hole and say, you know what, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Rather than partaking in the festivities. You know what I mean? Eating abominable meat. And all this is the time, right? All this is the time for this time period here. This little 3 weeks coming here. There's the glorious time of it. You know what I mean? It's high celebrations. High abomination, and there's a very abominable vibration. Yeah. That is how I should play. You know what I mean? A lot of things are going to be publicly displayed. You know what I mean? That shouldn't be so. But nevertheless, that is as I say, that is we culture. You understand? That is how we grew up. Since I small this so I ever change it now. And this time the other. You know? The second is just 59. I'll start from 4. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness are exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful words are fulfilled. You understand? Wickedness exceedingly pollute the earth. Because in every single thing you do now, it have some form of tampering with. So, right, for instance, for example, your food. We don't know if whatever you're eating is 100% or whatever you buy. So we don't know if the chicken is 100% chicken. If your beef is 100% beef, or mixed down with something.
I was watching a video where there was going about testing like the meat. More lamb that was served in restaurants. Right? And one thing you find is that the lamb that is served in majority of the restaurants is not lamb. It's a mixture, I believe, beef or goat or something, but it's not lamb.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole sense of it is not what it is they say.
That's what I'm saying.
They give in here.
What you buying is not what it is. You know? The scriptures say, well, they say the hurtful words are fulfilled. You know, yes, we were cursed and we were cursed to go to enemies and hunger, in thirst and in nakedness. So the clothes we have is what? Mixed fabric. You understand? The food we eat is
GMO?
No, not just GMO, it's we just say it's spliced or
Splice, yeah.
You understand? Because I mean, that is again the commandment of the Lord. You're not supposed to mix the genes of any pizza. You understand? Or tree or, you know what I do this mango and Julie mango and all them things is grafted.
They grafted everything.
You're
from
not supposed
flesh,
to consume that.
from fruit to flesh.
And we grew up knowing this, so to us now, it will be weird to say, well, can you eat that? You know what I mean? Just to think of it something as simple as a mango. You understand? And if they could affect something so, what's it called, by so simple, imagine what they're doing for things more things that you need, or things that you have to acquire, like to send it to school, right? And tell it 2 plus 2 is 4, but who said 2 plus 2 is 4? Where is the rules that says 2 plus 2 is 4? Where that come out? I'm gonna wake up one morning and say, okay, 2 plus 2 is 4. And why we accept that? All we know is that when they teach you in school, and that is what it is, and that is that. Right? And that is how they fulfill the works, by what? Making the world or making life into a means that which you have to acquire what them say you have to get in order to live. So when you go to school, you have to have these amount of passes to go on to do this. You understand?
You see all the good thing I move?
Come on. Yeah. You understand? To have this job, you have to have all these requirements. You know? So now you're caught up in 98% of the time, Jake born into what? Into poverty. You understand? So when you grew up being poor, you watching TV, you seen all these things on these all these lovely things on these movies, and you know what I mean, these networks they have a children now. You still grow up and you tell yourself, hey, I don't want to be like this, boy. I don't want my children to grow up like this, so I can go and study, whatever. You kill out yourself to get this job. And when you get this job now, it's consuming all your time. It might have you doing things that you ain't supposed to do. You know what I mean, we're going to diverge because, I mean, I think it's supposed to grasp where I'm coming from. You understand? But all for what? All for the want of a better, but a so-called better life, eh? Because, I mean, there's all perspective. If your life is based on the procurement of material things, for you to feel good about yourself, you have to have 6 cars, 3-4 big house somewhere. You understand? But not knowing you have cancer. So by the time you're ready to relax, it's time to die. Right? And that what is going on, you spend your life running down so much that by the time you get it, your body done run down, you're suffering from something you're not going to enjoy.
You see, the thing about Jakes is that even when you talk about material things, it's all about what? Happiness. They want to be in that spirit of mirth, right? Whether they measure happiness by what society deem it to be,
God.
you know?
God.
Everything it just go back to pleasure, to being, because that people, you know, that's why they use the phrase YOLO. You know, people only want to be in mirth, that spirit of mirth. Right? But until Jacob trouble, you know, take strong hold on these Jakes out here, then they will consider. As scripture say, you know, they will be running to and fro.
God, Father, that is good. 2 Corinthians 15 and from verse 7 it said, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Yeah, the souls of the righteous complain continually. That's not work. Let me see if I get a piece of that plate here.
Are we done?
Yeah, but that's it. You understand? They will be occupied in acquiring everything that society tell them. Right? That is the essence of happiness. Yeah, second Peter 2. Alright,
Everybody, same precept you're looking for, yeah?
no, that's not what I'm looking for in the car. That one now is in the Old Testament. I know it. I know it's in the Old Testament. I think that's last week. I bring it out last week. And right, since then I look at for that precept again and beans. So when we do 2, 7. Right, the second Peter 2 and 8 it says, for the righteous man dwelling among them in seeing and hearing, vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. You understand? Just like in the second verse, so it say what? The voice of the innocent and just cry out to the Lord and what? Continually complain. You know what I mean? As the scripture say, when the wicked rule, the people mourn, we out here mourning. You understand? Because one more, we under oppressive rule. And well, the one they put to oppress right now, he's a tyrant. He do that in your face and in your business. He ain't sugarcoating that thing.
And not only that we are under oppressive ruler, but you know we continually have to endure the wickedness that you know we see being take place, you know, whether it be, you know, from relatives, neighbors.
No, well, that is just it, that is just it. We are now oppressive ruler. and because people done indoctrinated by, you know what I mean, previous oppressive rulers, we get our oppression from we own. You know what I mean? So it frustrating.
No,
And
but
scripture say, what, the righteous man vexed day by day.
yeah, it can, but,
You
but
understand?
it's a different vexation because being indoctrinated and oppressed is one thing, right? But when you come to the truth now and you know, hey, this wrong and that wrong and that wrong, then you just really see it. So then it come like everything vexing your spirit.
That's what the scripture said. By the wicked deeds. You know what I mean? The soul vexed. The just man, you know, the vexed day by day.
Yeah,
That's
everything.
what before you come to the truth. How oppressed you know you're oppressed. You know you was all that up. I mean, by growing up and is a Jake. You hear the movies, you hear your mother and them talk, so you talk, and you know your grandmother and your grandfather and them go talk after it. Well, back in my day thing, we had to this and that, and $100 was 3 big bucks of food, $100 is a 2 piece and fries that drink, and that is it money dollar. So you know, hey, times getting harder, you'll grow up knowing that, hey, the times that, as fast as the times go, it getting worse, it getting harder, it getting more difficult just to live, just to eat, just to feed yourself, right? However, you didn't know you was as oppressed as you know you is now. I'm sure about it. You didn't know that everything that they do in the system is against you. You understand? That is a big eye opener. And then now, as you say, when you come in the truth and you watch your own people now, and you see how they behave, and you see to yourself, if you go to somebody you grew up with, you spend your entire life growing up with, like me, for saying when I was home. The people who I around is not nobody I know yesterday and last week and 2 weeks ago. How long I do? 10 years? There's people I know more than 10 years. Going on about 20 years I know them. I grew up from nothing, from Pampers with these people. You understand? So when you go home now, as the scripture says, fire in your mouth, because watch now, you want to tell everybody when you now find out that you're bad. You want to just let go, you want to tell everybody they're wrong. I know how it does go. I was there once.
I when you fire in your bosom. You all right out here.
You get hot, you just have to tell you how to spread the word, which is good. Nothing wrong. But what? With experience comes wisdom. But all I get in grasp, understanding, because what's wrong with the wisdom you acquire? You understand? As you have to say, sweet in your mouth, funny mouth, bitter in your stomach, it's bitter in your stomach. Because when you grasp the reality of the situation, that hey, I feel like who you would have laid down your life for, watching you and saying, boy, you come on me with that shit, thing you want. You just feel it, because it happened to me already. You just feel that kind of way, boy.
And if I may add, you know, that the thing is that people who you say you are lead on your life for, when you come into the truth does separate you. So that mindset that you once had, you ain't gonna really have it again. Towards them. No, you will still have a
no, you will still have a connection because there is somebody you can't just erase out your life. Well, it could be cool, you know, like, yeah, boy, I'll give my bums, but to say as way you go as far as to lead on your life for them, no. Only not on that part, no.
But not even that, because through the word separating you could no longer partake in certain things. And now that individual now will watch you a certain way, like,
yeah.
How this man moving so, right?
Yeah, that's what everything good, yeah. And
you see, I find it.
Come now, well, everyone, no. Because why, as I say, be unequally yoked with unbelievers. You could never be equally yoked if I following the truth and you telling me you're not on that mad thing. So I's the man. Am I enemy because I tell you the truth? And that's what is going. So as the brother say, the same way when you come in the truth, now you know exactly how oppressed you are. And then when you see the state of your own people who the most like sending you, and that is the thing with the in your stomach, okay? The most like sending, hey, you have to talk to them, you know. Don't feel because they say, nah, we don't believe, and all your mad, you will go home and rest. It's not no rest, man. Go out there and own them. I said to go and own them, go and own them. You understand? And that is why you just kind of think, well, this man know me for 20 plus years. But if I want to tell him, man, but you know it was he go say, you know what, you're for so long. I feel like go leave me down here. No, you don't ever be like that. There's always some form of rebuttal. There's always a form of trying to twist what it is to fit them. Because they go say, yeah, but at the same time too, you know, you saw the thing and there's me saying what you're saying wrong, you know, it's just that me as a man where I think and I
because it not out of it. It wouldn't work with us. What do you? and hit the
Also,
no the switchy camera.
yeah.
Yeah, not done flip it back already, yeah. Because it's not lining up with the desires. When you go and you tell a Jake about the scriptures and the things that he had to give up, a Jake don't want that. He don't want to hear that. Jake's wanted.
They grew up in that way,
Gone.
they're stuck in that ways. You understand how the scripture say what? They heart so set in their ways. You know what I mean? Because judgment against our righteous opposite executes speedily. The heart of
Against our evil work. Right,
You
can.
understand?
And that Jake, that's why he say what he said it to our rebellious people.
Gone.
Because Jakes they love to do their own thing. They love to have their own way.
Gone.
Even E.S.O.T.E they might love your ways now. But what he bring in, what he going to implement? You feel it?
Some of them will love it.
No, some
of them will love it and be first in line. First, second, third, and fourth in line.
Because
to be a part of it.
because it had Jake that were taken up in technology and these things. They will love that. They will love the how you call it, the 5 minute city,
The 15-minute
15-minute city.
The smart cities.
You know,
that burden down.
they would
burden
love
down places.
they would love that.
Yeah,
You understand? But to reach to that stage, you had to go through some form of oppression.
But that in itself is the greatest form of, will be the greatest
Just form of
yeah,
oppression.
that is new age slavery, you know, because as the scriptures record it as it's recorded in Revelation. Like when you go into the word character, I'm not going to serve you to stick out the break. I do a video on it just the other day and watch man. It's so serious. Once you take that, you draw in a line on the sand and say this is the side I standing on, and that is it. It have no repentance. I know I'm going to fast and I'm praying to bring you back. You understand? That's just it. Because once that goes in here, and you're part of the so-called new society, the digital society as they would call it, that is it, right? You understand? Digital ID and thing is just the stepping stone, like minor. I don't know man. That is the blueprint thing, don't get me wrong. That is the stepping stones, you know what I mean? The precursor to actually implementing it with the microchip now. But when that time comes and they open the 15 minutes and they say, here what we're doing. All of these citizens of this community to be implanted with us, we will know your dietary restrictions, we will know this, that, the other, your social credits, because I believe in the 15 minutes sitting nobody will be working, it will be UBI. Universal basic income.
Yeah.
So everybody will get dust at the end of the month.
Come like a pensioner.
Exactly. But based on what the social credit system.
Yeah.
So if you go on WhatsApp and Bossa status, boy, I could drink a rum, but every 5 days for the week, you could drink a rum. Your neighbors start to complain, hey, this one is a drunk, because he cussing, he beating him. Why is he mash on here? You know what I'm on? You watch your UBI and you scan it on your phone here, so you have $2. I was like, oh, $2 is one time. Why are you supposed to do $2 so for your salary, man? Want to make something wrong. And that way, they will always keep you coming back to them for whatever it is you need or whatever you want, rather.
And
like to keep you in servitude under them. Do this, so you will get this and get it. That's how they will keep you. It's like, you ever see them cartoon and them way? They have somebody running on something and they have like piece of food hanging in front of them, and that's what they want to do, but on a big scale. It's just a big way of doing it, and it's the same thing, but on a big way. That is what they're doing, showing you what you want, but you running in one spot, trying to get it. And whatever you want is done. And they keep it close in front of your face, so you always feel like, hey, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Now you go feel. And that's how they catch on. In verse 9, 2 Corinthians 15 and 9, it says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Yeah, you'll avenge what? The saints are going to be there, because many of us are going to have to be
beheaded, put to death.
I want to say it for, you know what I mean, the right way not to get flagged, because you know it's sensitive now. A lot of us going to be sent to the spiritual realm. Yeah, I like that. You go send me to the spiritual realm. Most of us are going to be incarcerated, and for nothing more than speaking the word of the Lord. You understand? All this, as I was saying before, is the fire in the stomach, man. Because it's sweet when you know it, you know. It's sweet to tell somebody about it and watch them light up. Or when a man come talking like, you know everything, it feels good to say, no, well, what it say in this verse and this chapter, and this word means this, look it up, and it feels good to teach. Not from a point of arrogance, but from a point of saying, hey, it is more than what you think it is. That's money.
If I may add, you know, the part of the sweet part is this, is that when that time come, when that time arise, yeah, you know, when that time arise, you know, for whoever, you know, had to be put to death, you know, it will be more of a ease, because going back to his first Maccabees, when the woman Chen was beheaded, the first, the second, right? One of the second, right? You know, can what?
Eat swine and we go leave it, we go let it try and live.
One in the comfort, and that is the thing about knowing the scriptures, is that majority of Jakes, the reason why they fear death is because they don't know, because they believe in that heaven and hell doctrine. So they don't know. Yeah, some know. Well, some think to themselves, they believe they're going to hell. And some don't know where they're going.
You're right.
But being in the truth, we know the truth.
Done.
We know that, hey, after that, you know, you go back to the Most High, as Scripture says, spirit go to the Most High. You know? And we know that it's an honor to what? To be put to death
for the Lord.
For the Lord.
What do you mean? More than an honor, but that's the greatest thing you could do with your life is.
So it will be more of a comfort than a discomfort.
Yeah, that's to us.
Right. Yeah.
You understand? Or because it have men, it will have men in the truth going down to the hell, and when that time comes to, when they see that guillotine, they see that fire in squad up, whoever it is, you know, they go
it might be a comfort, yeah, you know.
No, not that alone. They go have men who going to give up, you know. They going to deny your whole shy and that last little end, and they go say, nah, me, I don't know. You know, I don't know, that's serious thing. I might be laughing, but it's real serious. Because watch, man, as much as we can talk about it, we'll never know until we
can, yeah,
we'll never be able to fathom what he's so capable of in that time until he blew to me. You understand? And as far as what I think, right now we know everybody who under every banner in every camp, in every
the thing
country.
About it, the thing about it is, you know, faith, and I was say, you know, faith is the biggest.
By the words and by their faith, wherein we have believed. Since the first Rai days, since when Rai was alive, I was telling my, we are making it to the must have. And then like, they're going to kill me. I do, but that's not really expedient to me right now, because my life is really expedient neither. So, yes, you know what I'm saying? Once I do what the most I say to do, and that's the problem with Jake. As I said before, the only time they want to do something, Jake does want to do something, is when they tell them not to. That's when they're getting urge and push and drive to do something. You know you're not supposed to be doing this. You know this woman have a man. Now why? You just feel so good to run.
There was zeal for disobedience. Anything you tell Jake to do, nah, they don't want to hear that.
As soon as they not do what? Say it again, what do I have to do? That's what they want to do. Anyhow, back to what was it? I read the verse 9, it says, and therefore say the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Yeah, because in this oppressive state, you understand, we have to be avenged. Like why you say, well, vengeance belongs to the Lord. You understand? When he come, he would take us, I mean, we can't do it. We can't fight Esau with your own blessing. You want to take up arms against the man who blessed his arms. That makes sense? Oh.
I believe now that, you know, now that these so-called Hispanic, you know, even these Jakes, the so-called Negroes that in America, they're starting to see now, because when Trump was campaigning, you know, they would have given him support, but now that certain things is being implemented that was not really put forth in the beginning. You know,
it wasn't put on it wasn't highlighted.
Highlighted, you know.
It wasn't highlighted, it was in the agenda. It just wasn't
highlighted. They now feeling what betrayed.
Yeah,
but now they're seeing, you know, the hatred of the devil, right?
Because,
which is so-called white man.
Because just last night I come in the drive and he was like, something he was talking about, and he said, I talking to a lady who I know for years, who live in Agubadena. And she telling him, she said, boy, people don't know what's going on over here. He said, right now, Trump, against them Latinos, heavy. You understand? That is like public enemy number one thing. You know? So, she said, boy, you might see it on the TV and you might hear about it too. But she said, right now, yeah, them, as they say, the immigrants who are the detention centers, they cut 80. So, yeah, them starving. You know what I mean? And me, I know about you, know. I start some Venezuelan drinking, and I saw them as eating. No, two sandwich for them eating 3, 4, 5, 7 eating. What's that thing them claim? I saw them those road. But they may know when them get it again. So when they get it at all, you know what going on? 8 verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Right? It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land now. Right? So you go smite Egypt with plagues as before, right? And destroy the land. In Matthew 21. In Matthew 24 and 21 it says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. You understand? He said, not since the beginning, not since the fathers, as they say, since the fathers, for us again, not since the fathers' fathers. You understand? The tribulation are about to come, the oppression, as they say. When Jacob trouble really hit the fan, you understand? It will be the greatest persecution of people from since the beginning, and it will never have nothing like it after. You understand?
It will be more or less something new.
Yeah, it will be the only new thing. It might have nothing new under the sun, you know.
The Lord come with the host of angels.
Yeah, it will be a revised something, or slavery, I feel. That is what it will be, you know. A revised at cross-Atlantic slavery. Big round thing. Because Jacob trouble now amazing. You understand? At least we know we have a little bit, you know what I mean, we have a portion to get because, I mean, as I say, you have to pay for what you do regardless. Right? So you have to answer the bell, the bell ring.
Well, the scripture says all of sin and come short.
Yeah,
you know, so we have to pay.
Yeah, yes. You come around, all that we have a little portion to get. You know? But way less than the 2/3. I saw about that. Them doom. I saw about them. I saw them doom. That's why the scripture says, worry not how they are walking. How they are going, they shall be punished not with fire.
Inquire rather how the righteous shall be saved.
And if the righteous will be
scarcely saved. Yeah.
Where will the sinner and the ungodly appear? Where would the men who said, nah? But how do you understand them? Where would them appear? The men who fell off, where would they appear? The men who lost patience. You know what I mean? The men who went against the order of the elders and all these things. You know what I mean? The men who went and leaned on their own understanding. You understand? They are qualified Isaiah 30 and 31. The men who went down to Egypt without the counsel of the Lord to seek for help. Where will they stand in that? You understand? We don't know where we stand and we still have to pay. So much less for the ones who do what they want without care and concern. You understand? Much less for them. Now we're positive of one thing. We sure Yahweh Shai coming. You understand? We sure he coming to destroy this place. Right? So it's either you're for or you're against. You have to pick your side. And depending on the side you pick, is your reward. You understand? Because I mean you can't pick your side when he coming. All now is when you have to pick your side. You understand? All now is how we don't show what side you are. And the final, as they say, the final nail in the coffin is the MOTV. The MOTV is the MOTV. And the final show. You understand? Because, as I said before, it's going to our brothers who we know for years, in the truth for years. And when, as according to Revelation 3 and 10, a moment of temptation that will come upon the whole earth. And there's a reason it's stated like that, there's a reason written like that, because we're not exempted from it. We are going to be, you know, just be.
Oh, well, I think the reason why we're not being exempted from it is to test our faith, to see, you know.
That is a part of Jacob's trouble as well. The moment of temptation, the hour of temptation selected.
Because if I may add, you know, I just using this as a reference, you know, like how they say it wasn't to separate the wheat and the tares, right? In Matthew, you know, it's same way, you know, it betters might do the works, and this how it has been before. I better drop out, you know, I better will be doing the works, doing the videos, doing whatever, but you don't know that this better later down the road that he going and be out, whether he be out of the camp, out of the truth. You understand? It doesn't really, you don't know. You understand? So better might be doing the works now, but in that time, when time is separating the wheat from the tares, you know, that way you can't hide from the Lord.
God, yeah, he spent 1,000 times right on the sun. What you could hide from him? Remember, he ordained you and predestinated you. You know what I mean? From since the foundations of the heavens and the earth, 10,000 years ago. Right? This is the omnipotency of the Lord. Right? What you could do that he know you going and do. He know what you're going and do before you do it. You understand? He know all your answers before you answer. Before you even hear the question, he know what you're going to answer. This is the Almighty. This is the ruler of the universe we're talking about here. Right? This is the supreme being. You know how they say like King Jong is the supreme leader, right? We're talking about the supreme being. Right?
King of kings, Lord of lords, the Alpha and the Omega.
It had nothing before or after him. He is it. The I am that I am, right? That's what we're talking about. How you go and tell, how you go and hide from me? You understand? And that's why this can't take even with the Christians and because make it sound like he don't have full control or full power over everything, like the devil and the devil. Who made the devil? Think about it. So the devil, so wait, you telling me one spirit that all powerful, all seeing, all knowing, control everything, but you have one single spirit getting trouble and still around. How that makes sense?
You know, in Christianity, they put the devil on same level as the Most High. That he fight. Yeah. You know, he had a power to oppose him. He could fight against the Lord.
And that is what is getting that heaven doctrine power. That is like where the thesis come from now, but like if you have something on the dark side, rivaling the power on the good side, you know, people will be fighting to go on the dark side because they don't know any man on the right hand side controlling the left and the right and the middle. You understand? The good, the bad and the ugly, he is the one he's the man in charge, he's the man allowing it. You understand? So when that time comes, as I was saying, when that time comes, you understand? And you see him then denying your shine at the third cock crew, right? They denying your shine. You understand? Don't be surprised. Because they were just there for whatever reason that the Lord had them there for. Because everything is what? His will. His will always be done. The same way Yahushai came and said, I'm about my Father's business. Father will be done regardless. You understand? But I might be talking this now and who knows, I and all might end up saying, boy, me, not me, boy. I love my life. You never know. You never know. We might know tomorrow, but we show you Yahushai why Yahushai know it. They are the authors of it. You understand? But until then, until that moment, I will keep doing what I do. I don't think it have any doctrine. But for right now, I don't think it have anybody who could come with any doctrine to make me straight. You know what I mean? But at least for a boy to come and say, boy, you know what? when you break down this and you go into the Greek and you come back to the Latin, this and yeah, I don't feel like a move, man. I don't feel at least not like that. You know
For
this
now,
kind of way?
Lord's will. Abarat, sir.
I don't feel like I come out with something like that for the to move me.
You know, just I was watching a video. I believe is GMS saved the 144, or I can't remember if it's that Ella or a different Ella. I was watching a video where a woman was breaking down. Is the Boca Joshua, right? Is Joshua? Is a book in here, what they say is part of the Apocrypha. Joshua, yeah. And she was saying, the book of Joshua is part of the Bible, and they went into details with when Abraham, I believe, went to sacrifice Isaac, and how Isaac was boasting, hey, I sure I go die for the Lord, boy. I think my father sacrificed. And you know, we know that women are supposed to teach, but you know, the type of doctrine that people grasp to.
Yeah.
You know, from the time you hear that doctrine, you're supposed to know, hey, that nonsense, garbage.
Good. But I thought them other books that instance like, oh gosh, like the book I know, you understand? All them books is, I think all them is considered to be the book of Jubilee. Is that like the book of Jubilee, or the book of Jubilee is one of them books that is supposed to be in the Apocrypha, which is not. You understand? They say book of Joshua, yeah, that's in there with it. But anyhow, Second Ezra 15 I'll read over 11. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that power shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for its seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Yeah. And that is the prophecy. Destruction of the world, destruction to the world and them that dwell there. You understand? Destruction will come in all forms. It's all. To the ones that till the ground, they will mourn. You understand? Because why? The seed wouldn't work, wouldn't bring no produce, it wouldn't flourish. Whatever you do, you find like way, but it's not making sense, and you're making nothing because why? Like the prophecies. As you try to do something, the government bring a law that preventing you from trying to better yourself. All like prophecy. All of that is part of it.
And I believe, I can't remember exactly which country they ban you from doing from planting your own crops then. From having like your home garden and
crops, they come in and seize it as you're planting and feel where you could pick it and sell it up and now that is US property, sir. You'll be taking this, you understand? And then burn it out. The inside farming is man-made farming, the inside thing, poison the water and let the fish there. Kill out the livestock, no meat, no eggs, no animal products. Don't worry, you can make all them things in the lab, get them synthetic. 5-6 years down the line, everybody had cancer, everybody on chemo, let them there. Population country.
Diabetes, all type of illness.
All of a sudden, you running your whole life, you healthy. All of a sudden you get diabetes. How your pancreas shut down if you eat it? You know what I mean? Because you think when you eat a salad, when you feel it real lettuce eat it. You know all that is? All that is lab good.
Huh? No, I said.
Yeah. You know what I mean? The majority
With that load they can't go through the back. But they're supposed to have police escort. Anyhow, yeah.
Majority of things not good for you. And any things they're saying that's good for you, still not good for you. You understand? The majority of things that they say, you know, eat healthy, this, that, and the other, but even the healthy things they mix them as well. Even the things that should keep you going is the things that is either one, they outlaw any people who promoting it, like, you know what I mean, the Dr. Sadie, this next woman who was doing that kind of herbal thing too, I forget she name. You understand? I think she passed along and they arrest she daughter for trying to, same thing we do with Dr. Sadie's son, they arrest he and so on and so on, all these things. You know what I mean? So keep you on that, keep you in line with what them want. You understand? They were a nation of workers, now a nation of thinkers. So let us go to work and do what we have to do and do. Everything else will be okay. Just do what we say and it's going to be fine. You understand? We'll be an held hostage in a big flicking jail. You understand? A real big jail. You understand? But we'll be an held hostage. And a lot of people don't see it like that because they could get up and they could go so and get what they want and come back home and relax and sleep and lie down. Right? But for how long? For how long? You understand? Because by the end of the year, if so much, because I say until after Carnival, you know. You understand? But I could be wrong. But by the end of the year, at least, at the very least, 2026, it's going to be nobody here 2026. Trust me, nobody could be saying
yeah, doom.
But, you understand? It's either you're for or you're against. And if you know now, you're going to know later. Right?
Yeah,
that's what I think about it. If you don't know what you stand for now, you're going to know when the time gets hard.
Yeah, 2026 will be the year pain. Doom.
Hopefully,
hopefully, yes. Hopefully. So we see, you know, that how much job loss, you know, taking place, especially
and like they wasn't firing people fast enough because when Trump must do it, he fired entire departments, hundreds of workers at a stroke of a pen, mate. Man, you know it is to go to work Monday morning, right? For you, last month, last week on the Monday, this week is pay week. You lost your work. Right on early Monday morning, you have to go back home and get dumb. You think? And in America, at least from what I hear, they don't play when it comes to the belts, they don't play. They don't like Trinidad, they get out at 2 weeks.
They pay lights, cut.
It's doom. You understand? And when you really think about it, right? If you actually think about how they structured, they have the people where they want them. Everything is a bill. Gas, heat, light, water. Whereas unless if we have no gas, we are going gas tanker gas come home. You understand? Them can't do that. Them have to pay our gas bill. Have to. You understand? And in the winter time, the gas bill I believe does go up a lot because the gas is used to warm the houses or whatever the case may be. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I've never been. You know?
More or less, they have gas lines. They're not like us who use
exactly.
tank.
They run them lines straight from the refinery or whatever the places straight to the household. You understand? Whereas now, if we on down, we could call the truck and buy our 2 tank, send your man just whatever the case may be. You understand? But no, go across and live. That's the white picket fence dream they sell me when he was young.
Even I was watching a CM article where is the state man, I think he's the Secretary of State.
General something.
I know I don't know his name.
We have an army man, Trump put in some big position and I think it's that. I think it's Secretary of State.
Yeah, I believe is
general something. The old general, old woman.
I know the portfolio, but I was watching the article because I see him with was in a press conference with I believe was one of them Asian, I think was South Korea, one of them. Right? Where they went to do whatever they went to negotiate, but more or less, you know, it was going into you know, the proud look. When you stand up and you look at the photo, the video, you know, you see the proud look at S.O.T.E, right? Even it's an article where they cut funding or aid to even South Africa, you know, and that's one of the things that people, even though South Africa is a part of BRICS, you know, it was a major concern because what Trump was saying is that they're running an investigation of the South African government seizing properties, which was white people properties across there, right? But we could see that what the not only those that are part of BRICS, but also those that are in alliance with America starting to see the devil then.
See him for what he really is.
See him for what he really is. You know, and I go back to prophecy, you know, like they'll hate him, they'll hate that great merchant.
Everybody go to it and go back to the old. You understand? Read 2nd Ezra 16 and 3. It says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon earth. I'm going to do the next verse I'm making. It says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Right? Like as an arrow which is shot from of a mighty archer, return it not backward. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Right? So you say, the same way you can't quench the fire, you know. The same way you can't go and try to play with a hungry lion. It's the same way when the Lord send the plagues. Right? It's the same exact thing. When the Lord send the plagues, there nobody could stop it. It have no religious leader you could go to, no deity, no government, whether it be the home of the home of the free and land of the brave government, as they say, the capital of the world. They always call America, the capital of the world, right? Like when you see the president of the country, they say what? It's the leader of the free world, right? Because how they consider themselves. Them consider, I don't think nobody ever call them that. They put themselves as that. Right? That between them and them. Right? Not even them could stop. Not even them could stop what the Lord have in store for this place. Well, especially for their kingdom. Right? Nobody could stop it. No amount of defense army. What is the defense, the missile defense, what is call it? Something Iron Dome. Not the Iron Dome can't stop nothing. That's not going to help them. No amount of nukes going to help them. You name it, no anti-missile project. Nothing you do could save you in that time. Because it's going to be coming so concentrated. You understand? It's plagues, it's famine, it's all kind of pestilences, disease, rat, cockroach, you name it. You understand? And what the government going to be? What would the government go and do with trillions of cockroaches? Let me just say, right? For instance.
Even if I may add, right? When you watch, right? It will have some plagues, you know, that will be sent by the Lord, and then it has some plagues, you know, the Lord will use Esau, Edom
to bring. Like the famine they're bringing right now concerning the whole USA thing. It's a famine they created, it's man-made famine. Right? You're correct.
So it has some plagues, you know, that Esau may bring forth. You know, they might have, you know, wherever they feel antidote or wherever, to say that they could curb it, which they would not.
God.
And then you have the plagues that they outright can't do anything about.
God. No, you're right. You're
That
right.
when it will even start to hit them,
God.
you know, and
that is the point I was making. What them and all could do?
what them and all, they
And
can't do
then
nothing.
they are the so-called greatest nation on earth, right? So what, and if they can't help it, who is the designated person to try to assist in that situation? Right? There's Isaiah 55:9, it says, "For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but water the earth, and maketh it bring forth the bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." Right? It will prosper by wherever, when I get the word, wherever I tell them do, it will do. You understand? That goes back to the, I feel like I'm going to bring out that to the Ecclesiastes, because I think it's 39 and 29 or 29 and 39. When it says the Spirit is created for vengeance. Because that is what it is. All the, as it said, right? Because I'm going to just paraphrase the entire thing and look at that. Right, there's Ecclesiastes 39 and 28. It said that the spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire, hail, famine, and death. All these were created for vengeance. You understand the fire? You understand the nukes? The hail meaning what? The natural disasters, right? You don't feel it's just hail. The tornadoes, the hurricanes, the tsunamis, the typhoons, all these things, floodings, all them things. You feel us getting okay for you feel what? The sea just wake up and say, yeah, we go flood here.
Just waiting on a command.
That is all. They release the sea. You understand? Release the wind. Release the fire up here. So that is how it does go. The Lord, they do have unless the Lord approves. Right? And so all these was created for vengeance, but then say wouldn't stop until it appease him. Like what we now read in Isaiah 55, wouldn't stop until it accomplished what I send it to. Until it prosper, until it happen. So when I say alright, let there be pain, and go be pain until it say, well, alright. It have nobody to cause pain again, everybody moaning. You understand? Because that was the spirits, created for, to appease him. Until he is pleased, they continue by destroying. And a lot of we can say for instance Christians, they don't understand that, they don't grasp that, they don't have that side as well.
Yeah, you can.
That is the work of the devil. You understand? Because the Lord will control the bad now, but he's only do good. But watch the state of the place, who will control the place then? The devil has to be running things because there's no in no good state, no way, no how we can think about the place in a good state. You understand?
Already his revelation said that he had jumped in the nations with our wine, because even when I was talking to a co-worker and we was talking, you know, she believes because she grew up here, you know, about heaven and hell, until I bring the Ecclesiastes out, you know, that say that, you know, it does go back to the ground as it was, and his spirit go to the Most High, and that was a stumbling block unto she.
Yeah, most people
right?
agree, yeah.
She said like, so what you telling me? The good and the bad going in heaven? I said, the good and the bad going back to the Most High.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
She thinking heaven as a literal place.
Yeah, you know that, hey, they go in and be in the kingdom and like it themselves.
And pearly gates and it had there's no such thing recorded in the Bible. There's no pearly gates in the Bible. You know where they grasp that concept, but once again, indoctrination. You know, give them this, keep them docile, let them quarrel, let them worry. Let them have a greater worry of whether they're doing good or they're doing bad.
And that goes to show that the land by our faith, because you could bring out whatever from the Bible in front of them and they still would not believe.
I remember, yeah, I have no super intelligence.
They still would not believe.
If you had a suit, she'd have taken serious, I'm sure.
First question they like ask, with Bible that is.
Like them know the difference. That would just kill me. When you ask them what's the difference, them there know.
And they don't know no Bible at all.
You understand? That would just kill me. They like to ask questions because why? They might hear somebody ask that. But they don't understand what they're asking about or why they're asking it. You understand? There you go back.
Go back.
Second Ezra 16 again, right? From verse 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do in these, when these evil times shall come? So what the powers going to do, meaning what the rulers going to do? Famine, plague, pestilence, war. What they going to do? You understand? We have a man on one side who say if anybody try to help Ukraine, we go in and send nukes to you. You understand? The man make a law in November. I read the article, I don't have it on it. In November, he said if anybody assists Ukraine, it's nuclear warfare. That is all. Bottom line. End of story. That is how he moves it. Anything happen, if I wake up and my ears ring me too much, it's nuclear. That is how he moves it.
Smoke and hear. Smoke.
He excuse for everything, nuclear warfare. Right? So all you careful. Trump go on, well, he invite Trump to come to Russia to have talks about Ukraine. Peace talks, you know. Ukraine jump up. Well, before that, the article is saying Putin saying Ukraine going to create false flags and mash up somewhere and say, well, it's Russian intelligence and they're looking to pay mercenaries 20,000, and if the mercenaries get hold, just tell them it's part of Russian intelligence. So Russia going to be blamed for whatever happened, and you know what I mean? NATO and the US will step in and that will watch, right?
Which which was last night, boy, I was watching a news feed where they say some drone that crashed in I believe Ukraine and killed and they say it was Russia sent a drone.
Yeah, they go say that. Like we forget
was a blow up a nuclear plant or something.
Right, but we forget what went on in October in Israel and Gaza. Israel bring their own helicopter and shoot up their own festival and say Sama. Right? So this is what the devil's going to do. You understand that what the word devil mean? Deceiver? Yeah. Right? These are their tactics. Kill we own and blame it on the opposition. You got an excuse to go to war with them. Not knowing the opposition is not a regular, you know what I mean? He just playing cool because most I have it in his spirit to relax right now. It's not that time yet for that kind of, you know what I mean? The kettle go boil, the water go boil over, but it's not that time. It's simmering right now, no boil. You understand? Go boil just now. But nevertheless, we have laws put in place where if any excuse is nuclear warfare. He invited the newly elected president to come and have talks about Ukraine. Ukraine jump up. How come we not in peace talks now? I think some big boy in the UK Parliament, the United Kingdom Parliament, jump up and bother. We stand firmly with Ukraine and we are now, them and want to know how come Ukraine wasn't invited to them talks. Why would we invite the person we fighting instead of the person who's supplying them to fight? Which make more sense. And let me invite the person who funded them because all their money and weapons coming from here, right? And Britain, which is part of yeah, I think Great Britain is part of the UK, but it's a separate island together. I think it's England, Scotland, Wales is the UK, Slovakia. Great Britain is an island that's separated by it. Yeah. It's like Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. It's around then.
Great Britain is up here and then Great Britain is an island here, and the United Kingdom is like a strip down. Scotland, England, and Wales. Something like that. Some of it is. Nevertheless. Right. Them funded by the US. Now we invite the US people to come and talk with them and want to know while they're giving them things. We're going to wipe them out. Relax, it's not that deep. And if anybody on all the side try to assist them again, we're going to wipe them out as well. That is it. You understand? You can't talk to Ukraine because at the end of the day, they don't lose the war. The man my Secretary of Defense already. I forget what the title they have in Ukraine. So like the man Zelensky, the man right under here, who spearheaded the whole
operation.
Whatever. He come out and say, boy, we don't lose now. Zelensky just trying to save face. But in reality, the done lost.
No, well, remember, Russia is not really to destroy them, you know, because Russia just want them to.
So accept the fact, hey, this is Russia land. Can we back with land and we will be cool.
Yeah, or they come under we banner.
Yeah, come under the Russian flag and everything will be everything. Right? So I'm going to read over verse 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, which is for correction. All these things are sent for correction, right? Until the day of the Lord comes, the final day of correction. You understand? It says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wicked ways, nor be always mindful of the scourges. They wouldn't, as the scripture says, because they didn't like to retain God in the knowledge. They were given unto what a reprobate mind, void of understanding. Right? Because what you didn't keep in mind the scourges. You didn't keep in mind when you took Sodom and Gomorrah. You pass a bill saying, hey, same-sex marriage. You have a organization running the place with a big rainbow flag. You understand? They may understand the concept of it, but they say, hey, you like them colors, tell them that we own. Take it. You understand?
But even though that bill passed, I was watching last night, same thing I had a clip with some Gen Z, people who identify as cat and dog and...
But I mean, when Trump come in power, he the son of that, he say, the United States of America only recognize 2 genders beyond. And send the place white. As he starts, he send the place white.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah. Understand? But nevertheless, all these scourges and all these plagues, all these things are sent for correction. Because the place is upside down. You understand? The place is more wicked than good. And it will be like that until Yahweh come. However, there are going to be moments of correction in between. There are going to be things sent to adjust. To kind of push back the balance, because watch me, nothing they do could ever outdo what the Most High have in store.
And not only that too, you know, all these little like lockdowns and things is just like a warning, you know. It's a warning from the Lord. Hey, I send my men out. I send the prophets out to warn all you. You know, I send a little pestilence here as a warning of what to come. You know, turn from all your wicked ways.
That is it, but that would our scripture say, for all these things they didn't keep the law. But for all these things they shall not turn from the wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. You understand? So no matter what we do, they still waking up and deciding to choose the strength. They rather darkness than light. Right? It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils come upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Yeah, victuals, you know what I mean, possessions. Easy to get a car, easy to buy a house. You understand? Easy to take a trip on one vacation 6 times a year. You understand? You're thinking good case. But even while you're doing that, the evils were. Evils just want to come and get worse. Great confusion. Then you come back home and you want to wait since when the pastor know that we can't do this now. You understand? Because you outside the galaf hunting for however long. Living your life thinking everything is everything. You understand? It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Right? So it's either you starve or you burn. That is all. Right? But one way or the other, you're going to die for your wickedness, you're going to die for your deeds. You understand? Because why? You didn't hearken, you didn't take heed, you get caught up in the illusion. You understand? You're steady being distracted with everything but, you know what I mean? Everything but your Basham Yosha. You understand? You're tempted, you know what I mean? Yeah, you try everything, you do everything. Boy, you know, I play every carnival, I play carnival here, I play carnival there, I fly out and play carnival. Yeah, and you boast about as if there is something good. You understand? And every year, no matter the condition of the country or the state of the world or the state of the health, there is going to be carnival every year. You understand? Look, for the lockdown, it was virtual. You jump up in your house and you... Because why? The spirit of the people so wicked by go to any means. People trying to ask you in your living room, you know, and trying paint on yourself, you know. Who want to paint that? For 15 seconds to record a video for 15 on a video call. You understand? Like to tell you, the level is madness by it's not wickedness again, it's insanity. It's definitely madness by. You understand? Because now you have this coffee table, you have to watch a TV in the back so you to get paint on it, the couch. It's all kind of thing. That expedient to do that, let me really.
But it's 2/3, you know.
No, by the more than, I realize the more than, them is part of the illusion by them can't just be living it, but because if you're living it, you might, you know they say the matrix is glitch? Something has to glitch sometimes for you to say, babe. Something wrong here, man.
That really scripture say gross darkness and cover the face of the people.
Really amazing, though. It's really amazing, but so nobody seems to thought that, hey, let me not throw paint. It don't make sense to go on my phone and video myself trying to paint myself in my living room, right? Damn it. How that? Like nobody thought about that. And watch man, I just show you how, as you say, I just show you how addicted to pleasure the people is as well. You understand? They're addicted to the oh gosh, what is it with dopamine? You know, euphoria and that drug in the brain is the dopamine drug.
That's what I said.
They're addicted to that. You know? Because watch man, you go to any lengths right to celebrate carnival each and every year during the lockdown and all. You understand? And regardless of what they have or what they don't have, famine, you understand? It could be what? They will jump up by, you will find them jumping up. You know, as the scripture says, as in the days of Noah, eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage, right, until the flood came. You know? And that is exactly what's going on. As it is written, it's exactly how it's going on. Because you see when they're eating and drinking, they're jumping up, they're liming, they're gallivanting, marrying, giving into marriage and what? We're in the last days of the earth. Right? We're in the last days of this kingdom, of this civilization. Right? A new kingdom is coming. Right? And they're not even preparing or concerned about it. They're more concerned about Carnival Monday, Tuesday, cool down Ash Wednesday. Start applying for 2 days, what is called casual, for the Thursday and Friday so they could stay home and rest. You know? All the things that are not expedient to do is what they're preparing for, is what they're focused on. What they're going down die hard for. What they're willing to risk eternity for. You know? Well, not really eternity because we know the tutors will come back in the kingdom. But I mean, it's just a real amazing thing to see how as you say, gross darkness that cover the people now. Right?
I have a precept here, right?
Go ahead.
There is Ephesians 4 and verse 17, right? Mm-hmm. The point is really in verse 18.
Go ahead, go ahead.
It says, this I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. And that way it is. You know, they walk after vanity, everything, the lust, everything at this world. Right?
You know what vanity mean? Before you go. Yeah. Vanity means useless.
Or vain, yeah.
Vain means useless. Like, right, the word is another word that comes from the word vain. The word vain means futile.
No, but everything at this world is really vain. Useless. Yeah.
That's why it's the vanity of your mind, uselessness of your mind. You understand? Jumping up in the middle of your living room, throwing paint on yourself.
How did I say? Idle mind and idle mind. It says verse 18, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of Yahweh through the ignorance that is in them. Right? Because of the blindness of their heart, which is their mind. Go back to the scripture, say, wisdom will enter into malicious soul. So they darken. They had no light that will shine. You know, the Lord never put that upon them. As long as you're alienated from the life of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, You in gross darkness. It's nothing that you could really do about that. More than look to the things of the world.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you know, a friend of the world is enmity with God, enmity with power. You become an enemy of the Lord trying to befriend the world. You understand? As you always say, if the world had loved you, it's because you was one of them own. You understand? And a lot of people will come to the truth and went back to the world. And now, you can tell that they feel out of place. Because they know that, you know what I mean? Is the humiliation of trying to come back then, in other words. You understand? They are too much pride to say, well, I was wrong, well, I was right.
You see, sometimes
I mean? or try to just study under the same, you know what I mean?
It had Jakes within the spirit, they know that hey, something off, you know, but
what it is, I don't know.
Something off, things ain't right. It has some Jake will say, yeah, but you know they're doing this and they're doing that and they're doing. But you know what? Things ain't reach your doorstep. Things ain't kick off. They ain't see nothing drastic happening. More than men coming out in the streets and.
But that is what I'm saying, because they can't say it in the end. Because they were reaching all 4 corners and hurting.
You see when it's drastic, no food, no water.
As they say, you see that one yesterday? And no food?
Yeah.
You know, they worry about famine at the word, and you know when they go grasp famine at the word? When they have the actual famine. And they're looking for it. Die when they go understand how serious.
Some weeks ago, right, I went to work. Right? Working security night. And about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, so officer call. Your assistants, you come down in the back. The officer working 24 hours and he eat nothing. 10 o'clock in the night, eh? But he eat a 1 piece and fries in the morning. So he eat a 1 piece and fries in the morning and 10 o'clock in the night. Gasping. 4 long week. Can't move. I lift him up and carry him in A&E. I say, watch out Jake's car go. They can't go
a day without
eating. Day. They can't go hours without eating.
Yeah, because it wasn't a full day.
It wasn't a full day.
So imagine in that time when a man gas pain it a man here, so
you see one
and
day
back against the wall.
Then you see the second day, no food.
Second day, you say, well, you find that neighbor looking wrong and nice and not in the good way. He are talking about in that kind of, he said, boy, nice. They get two peel out, I can stew down some, have some in the freezer still, you know. You understand? They will eat their own, boy, they'll eat their own. They'll resort to cannibalism, I'm telling you. You know? They will resort to cannibalism. And all that stem from the desires of this life. You understand? All these things go back into idol worship, you know? Because as I said before, everything you do have an idol connected to it. But if it's not anything to do concerning Yahweh, why Yahweh shine, it have an idol or a deity connected to it. You understand? Because the first time we say something like, alright, that's grass, sheep and jattans, I go back to East Indian, Hinduism, right?
Hinduism, yeah.
And gosh, we know them are the most idols out of all. We know them is a million and something idols them are. Right? What else, right? Carnival like Bacchus and them. You understand? Everything have an idol, it have a deity, a power for it now, right? Outside of Yahweh shine. And that is where they go get caught up. And what they don't even realize is the more they concern themselves for doing the actions, is the more that they worship in them. Because as the scriptures, as the Lord say, right? You know what, I'll go bring all that precept and I'll go prove it.
Because if I may add, because what Gms.S.O.T.E knapping is style, what in style, what trending. Right? So you know Shiva Jatans, yeah, we go play that. Where else we go play? They were in the cross with the obelisk, that in style right now. You know? We tattoo all on my face, tattoo everything that more or less being put out, and that was one of the things that break the cultures of old. You know, the social media, since social media come on the scene, all hell break loose. Morals at its lowest right now.
Yeah, because people do anything to be trending or anything to acquire what they think that, as you say, whatever they tell them is in style, is what they want to try or work the hardest to get. Right? And all that as well, leading them to commit spiritual fornication, adultery, all these things. You understand? To try to acquire to live up to the times that generation that's going to burn in a kingdom that is going to fall. You understand? There's Revelation 3 and 15. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would cold or hot. I would thou would cold or hot. Yeah. So I rather you be cold or hot. Right? It's either you for or you against. Stand up in between. You can have 1 foot in the bucket and 1 foot outside the bucket. It's either you're bathing or you're bathing. You think? Don't just wet your skin and come out. Right? It says, so then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. You understand? Because what? Because you're not picking a side. Because you want to go and jump up Carnival Monday and Tuesday, but you want to serve the Lord. It don't work like that. Right? It's the same thing with you think that the same way whatever deity or whatever power, whatever the God they're worshipping, to serve them, whereas in the truth, we serve the Lord. You understand? So in Christianity, well, you know what I mean? I give my life to God, and He know my heart, and all this foolishness. You know what I mean? Because why? They're God serving devil. We God don't serve, we don't serve we God. We understand that we need we. He don't need we. Right? We understand how great and how honorable it is to do this. You understand? We grasp the concept. You know? Now anything else you wanted to say?
That is it, you know, that's more than, you know, two-thirds continue in the wickedness. You know, great judgment anyway. We're seeing, you know, more and more that prophecies coming to pass. You know, more things are being implemented to further push forward the agendas at hand, which will be lockdown, famine are the word. You know, new rises are pestilence taking place.
Yeah, more wars,
you know,
wars, earthquakes in diverse places, all these things. All these beautiful things.
It's on an upscale right now. The Lord turning it up. Right?
Alright, so that. I mean, once again, double honors once again to the elders and apostles of Gms.S.O.T.E that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this pushing this one and its sincerity. Until next time, shalom.